Florida's coastline is bordered by thousands of islands just like this one. On this episode, I'm paddling out to a remote barrier island off the coast of Florida. Alone, with no food, surviving with only what I've got on this paddleboard. The plan is simple. Explore this uninhabited island, fish, snorkel, and survive off of only what I can catch. But this island is unique. There's a whole section that you're not allowed to access. Not by land, and not even by water. And I'm going to show you why. For me, this is what it's all about. Getting outside, disconnecting from the noise, reconnecting to nature and yourself. This is Chasing Passion. How shallow this water is. Can definitely only get through this area with a kayak or a paddleboard. Definitely no boats getting back in here. It is so shallow right here. I'm actually having to walk to the front of my board a little bit so that the fin doesn't drag through the sand. Look at this little crab. Ouch. There they are. It's so cool. Put this little guy back. This is it. This is the island I was trying to get to. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm gonna pull the board up on the beach and go explore. Alright, so the front of the island, I did a little bit of exploring by foot, and there wasn't really much going on. No bait balls or anything on the beach, so now I'm just paddling the entire backside of the island, which is really cool, and I'm actually going to paddle by the spot in a little bit where you're not allowed to go by water or by foot, so I'll show you why that is here in a little bit. But I'm going to keep on following this until I get to these little beachy spots. There's another little canal up here, and I think the fishing is going to be a lot better up there. I could float out here all day, just looking under the water here. I might throw my mask on a little bit too, and kind of poke my head around these mangroves. This is pretty cool here that no internal combustion motors are allowed, so it's pretty much just kayaks and paddleboards out here, which is cool. I mean, this is all undisturbed area back here. All right, got a little trout. That is what I'm looking for. Nice, maybe a good eating size too. Oh, shoot, I spoke too soon. That's how it goes. All right, I'll get this lure back in the water and try to catch another one of those. That's good eating size. This is the area that I was talking about where you're not allowed to enter. There's a spot a little bit further up the beach where I'm actually going to enter. Obviously, I'm not going to enter here, but here's one of those signs so you know that you're not allowed to go in here. And I'll show you why in just a second. They have this all protected and all blocked off over here. So I'm going to keep paddling down the side of the island and go to the part of the beach where you are allowed to enter. And then I'll walk over to this spot and show you guys why. Man, this is so gorgeous. Such a pretty little sandbar. This is beautiful. Man. Turquoise waters, white sandy beaches. Can't beat this. Water's super clear in here. Tide is ripping. I'm gonna go beach the paddleboard up on the beach here and go explore this end of the island. Hopefully catch some bait so I can catch a bigger fish so I can eat something, because I am hungry. Alright, I caught one little pinfish in my cast net, but that is all we need. I just rigged up my rod with a super heavy weight since the current is ripping, and put a little circle hook on it. I grab one of these little guys, throw him on the hook, see what we can catch. If not, I'm eating sand perch for lunch. Flounder, heck yeah, that's a good little guy. We'll measure him, see if he's big enough to keep. Not sure if he's big enough, but we're definitely gonna check, because that would be some incredible ceviche. Woo! He's about 14 inches, so that's great eating size. We'll fillet this guy up and have some lunch. So I'm gonna fillet up the flounder, and then I'm gonna dice all this stuff up, throw it all in the bowl here, and then in about, I don't know, 15-20 minutes, the lime juice will actually cook the flounder. So it's not technically raw, and it is the best thing in the entire world. It is my favorite thing. I've actually never had flounder ceviche, so this will be the first for me, but flounder's a really good eating fish, so I bet ceviche is gonna be awesome. Alright, that's the hard part done. Now I'm gonna slice these up into little cubes, throw everything in here along with the limes, peppers, and onions, dice everything up real fine, throw it in here, and let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes, and let that lime actually cook the flounder. The birds are very happy that I've managed to get some fish. You're getting a free meal from this. Pour it all over this flounder. Alright, so that's all in there. Shake that up a little bit. Let that cook. Alright, I'm gonna go explore the island a little bit while we wait for the ceviche to cook. I'm gonna walk around the corner, go south a little bit, and show you guys what I've been talking about, that closed area. This really is paradise. And it's crazy that most of the time I'm working, sitting behind a computer indoors, not getting to experience this. So definitely making this a priority in 2026 to get outside more, experience more, do more stuff like this. Because if you don't prioritize it, and if you don't make time for it and like literally put it in your schedule, then you're just never gonna do this kind of stuff. So for me, I'm willing to sacrifice social engagements, willing to sacrifice TV time, Netflix, that kind of stuff to do this kind of stuff instead. I always wonder who comes out here and puts all these shells on these trees like this. And it's all along here. I used to think it was like the tide that did it, but I don't think the tide comes up this high. And yeah, the tide definitely doesn't come up this high. This is 6 feet high. If anybody knows the answer to that, let me know in the comments. Because that is a lot of work. If someone comes out here and does it by hand, it's just a strange hobby, but hey, I guess to each their own. Whatever you enjoy doing, as long as you're outside, go for it. It's a nice stick. Man, if I was out here for longer and really needed to catch something, that would make a good spear. Go spear fishing. Man, if you were into shelling, this would be the place to come. Look at all those shells. Beautiful shells. I'm not much of a sheller, but I mean, look at these. Gorgeous. All over the place, untouched. Island crossover. That's the sign I've been looking for. That means we are close to where we're not allowed to go anymore. Wow. This is too nice of a little beach not to jump in the water. All right, so this is that part of the beach that I was telling you about. Everything south of me, you are not allowed to enter. Either by water, by land. It is a massive bird sanctuary, so it's completely protected. There's tons of wading birds, tons of seagulls, tons of nesting birds in there, so it's pretty cool that there's still places like this there. Humans aren't allowed to go. As much as I would like to explore that area, I'm happy that it's protected. There's not boats pulling up on it all day long, that people aren't messing with the birds. So yeah, this is what it looks like. There's no birds there right now. I'm sure if we walked in there we would find them, but we're gonna stay over on this side. Let's head back and check on that ceviche. I am hungry. Look at how well that flounder cooked. That is perfect. Let's chop up the rest of the stuff for that ceviche and eat some lunch. I'm starving. Oh my gosh, look at this setup. Woo. That looks so good. Alright, have one of these. Let's see how it is. Wow. That is so stinking good. So fresh. Does not get more fresh than that. I was starting to get pretty hungry. I burned probably 2,000 to 3,000 calories this morning. All that paddling and all that running around the island that I did, so this is definitely well needed. Can't beat this. It's crazy to think that not that long ago, this is how we got our food. Like refrigerators, mass production of food, all that stuff has not been around for that long. And also not eating all day until you're able to get something and provide for yourself. You're so healthy too, like intermittent fasting. Everybody always talks about that. But I feel so good. I had great energy all day today. I know this is gonna fuel me up for even more energy. When I'm at home working, I'll have a big breakfast,
go do some work, have a big lunch, go back to doing work. It's like I'm so tired. That afternoon slump hits pretty hard if you don't do some movement. And it's because this is what our body is made to do. Run around on an island all day, not snacking and sitting down, but burning calories and eating really fresh, good food like this. Damn. By the way, I forgot to shout out Captain Tony Young down the Keys. He's the one who I got this idea for. These tostadas just takes it to the whole next level. I used to use saltine crackers, which are great, but this tastes 1,000 times better. So thank you, Captain Tony. Alright, I think that's it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love making these kinds of videos. I've been doing video production for 10 years now, and this is the first time that I've really made anything for myself. I love doing this kind of stuff. I love getting outside. I love making up adventures. If you enjoyed this video and you made it this far, please like and subscribe. That stuff really helps. Till next time. Woo.